Dehydrating strawberries for long-term food storage. Right after this. Hey garden maters, welcome to Corner Homestead. So I was at the grocery store and they had strawberries at such an unreasonable price. I just had to go and get me some. So I bought 6 pounds of strawberries. Now, I've got a lot of strawberries still in my freezer, and I mean a ton of strawberries still in my freezer because I'm still not quite done making all of my strawberry jam from the last batch of strawberries that I got. So these strawberries, I'm going to go ahead and clean them, get them on my food trays to dehydrate them, put them in to my long-term emergency food storage. So some of these strawberries in here are not in the best of condition, and it's okay. I'm going to clean them up really well, pick out the ones that I don't care to use, and the rest of them we're going to get them dehydrated. And like I said, they will go into the long-term emergency food storage. Whenever I can add to the emergency food storage, I take advantage of it because you just never know when you're going to need anything that you've got put away. And these are going to be a great addition. So let me get started, get these washed, cleaned, and gone through to make sure I'm using the best of the ones that I have available. Okay, so in the sink, as I always do with strawberries, I want to clean them very, very well. So in here I have my sink filled up with lukewarm water, and I've got about 2 or 3 splashes of vinegar in there to help clean them. Now right off the bat I can see that some of these just don't look as good as they should. This one I think would, if they're soft or any discoloration too bad, I'm not going to bother to use them. But mainly if they're soft or anything is wrong with them, I just want to be sure to discard those. Don't want to use them. So I'm going to put them all in here. Yeah, see, there is one that is soft and it's actually a little bit moldy. We don't want to use that. And here's another one that's like that. What a shame, that's a big one. So we'll pick through them, get them all washed, cleaned, rinsed. Okay, so I think you can probably see how dirty this water is. They're all clean now. I have them on the other side of the sink. But between the dirt and the debris that came off of them, this is the stuff. You don't want to eat that. These are the ones that I have left now after doing all of the cleaning with them. So I've got, from 6 pounds of strawberries, we got about 4 pounds left. Not too bad. So now it's time to get slicing. Okay, now to prepare our strawberries for the dehydrator, all we want to simply do is cut off the top and slice them. Now I'm just going to be using a knife because I have no other way to slice them. But a great tip is if you have one of those egg cutters that slices hard-boiled eggs, where they work perfect for strawberries. I don't have one, so I got to resort to the good old knife method. Okay, so here is all of the strawberries that they are cut up. It doesn't matter how you cut them. As you can probably see, I cut some this way, and then I also cut some the longer way. So it doesn't matter how they're cut as long as they're cut into, I didn't want to make them too thick, just thick enough, about 1/4 inch or so, give or take. So now if you don't want the strawberries in their raw state like this, you could add a little bit of sugar. But it is best if you do to use raw sugar, because the raw sugar does not pull out as much juice from the strawberries as your regular white sugar would do. So I'm not going to put sugar into mine. I'm going to dehydrate them just as they are. So now I'm going to get them onto the trays, and we're going to get them into the dehydrator. Now with my trays, I am going to be starting them out onto the silicone mats. The only reason I do this is, for one, I don't have the regular mesh trays that you would use for fruits. But my regular racks are not smooth, and these, they are rigid in there, and trust me when I say they are a dickens to clean. So I try to keep them as clean as I can. That's why I start everything out on the silicone mats. Apologies, garden maters, the camera battery decided to die on me. As I do this, I want to let you know that I got 5 trays of strawberries out of all of these, and I'm going to put them in the dehydrator at 135 degrees, and we're going to dehydrate them between 8 to 14 hours. Okay, garden maters, so it has been 14 hours, and our strawberries are completely done. Now, I probably left these in the dehydrator maybe 1 or 2 hours too long. If you have these directly on your trays, they're going to be stuck, trust me. But because they're on the silicone mats, they peel off very easy, and they are 100% dry. So I'm going to go ahead and get all of these off of the mat. They're so good. And I'm going to get them into a mason jar. And then I'm going to be putting some later into my Mylar bags. And of course, with the oxygen absorber and the silica gel, you know how you have to keep out the moisture and out the oxygen if you want it for long-term storage, which a lot of these are going to be for long-term storage. But let me get them off the trays and start getting them packaged up. Oh, they're just beautiful. Okay, so out of the 5 trays of strawberries, which was about 5.5 pounds all total, it gave me 1 full quart of strawberries. Now later on, I will be putting these into the Mylar bags with the oxygen absorber and the silica gel. But they do always say that when you dehydrate fruits, you're supposed to leave them into a mason jar. Of course, I'll put the lid on. And you want to leave them sit out on your counter for at least a week before you put them into your long-term storage. If there forms any moisture inside the jar whatsoever, you take them back out and dehydrate them for a little longer. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put the lid on, leave them sit on the counter. If they show no signs of moisture in a week, then I will put them into my little Mylar bags, and I'll put them into my long-term emergency food storage. You just want to be sure that they are 100% completely dry. Now they have no sugar on them, but they're very sweet. Oh, they're so good. They might not make it to the long-term food storage. It's possible. So that's it. That's all it is to dehydrating strawberries and putting them into your food storage, or just leave them out and have a very healthy snack. Now, of course, you can put these into your baked goods, but it is suggested that you do not rehydrate strawberries because they're just going to turn to mush. I've never tried to rehydrate them, but I have put some of them into my baked goods, such as muffins, cakes, stuff like that, and they seem to do really well in baked goods from dehydrated. So again, it's not recommended to rehydrate them. You can try if you want to, but I think I'll pass. If you do not have a dehydrator, you can do these in the oven. You would put them on a parchment paper lined baking sheet, in single layer. Bake them at 175 degrees Fahrenheit for 3 to 4 hours. And you'll basically have the same thing. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. Love to have you as part of the community. Love to watch those garden maters grow. So until next time, I love y'all. Take care. God bless. And I'll see you on the next video.